Hello YouTubers, this week's video will be wonton soup done my way.
Like I said in the intro, this week's video is going to be just wing it wonton soup. When I say just wing it, means I just kind of take some of the general ingredients with no reference to any real recipe of my own, and just kind of throw some things in there. I'm going to start out. I'll have some chicken broth. I'll also have some wontons, frozen wontons I've got at the Dollar General. And I've also got possibly some dumplings. I've got mushrooms I'm going to be adding to it, and I'll be adding a few spices, possibly some sesame oil and some rice vinegar. And of course I'll add a little bit of soy sauce. But everything's going to be done on, on the fly. And if it's something you want to try, fine. It's nothing authentic, but I think it's going to be something pretty good, because I'm basically using flavors of things that I enjoy. Also, you might notice that the lighting's a little bit better. I did pick up a light for photography. It seems to be doing a lot better for me. I'm still kind of getting used to it, but it does put a little bit better light on the subject. I have been doing some research, and even though this is just another recipe video, with the better weather coming up and we're at the end of February, I'm looking into doing some videos from some campgrounds. I'm looking into possibly renting a cabin at one or more of the different Newaygo County parks. And I'm also going to be looking into going to one of the state parks, hopefully in Grand Haven, as soon as I possibly can, while the weather's still cool, but yet tolerable, where I can camp there comfortably using their facilities, and possibly if I need it I can have a heater, because the sites usually do have electric. So from that on, we're going to kind of go on, and I'll walk you through the recipe and the process of making the soup. Give me an idea what you think. I love the comments. I like to know what you think, if you would like to try it or not, and if you think it's something you don't think you'll care for, or maybe I should stick to the original recipe. But either way, like it or not, let me know. Okay, we're going to start out with the ingredients. I said chicken stock possibly during the intro, but what I'm actually using is chicken broth, and it is low sodium, and I'm going to use the whole container, or the whole box, and I've got a second one here just in case. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and add the second one. I like my wonton soups. I like my soups. The next thing I'm going to add is I've got some portobello mushrooms that I sliced up. I'm going to add that to it. And I'm also going to add some pre-cut baby corns. Add that to it as well. Next thing is we're going to add, I've got some chopped up green onion, Add a little bit of sesame oil, and let's put in maybe about a teaspoon of it or so. Never used this, but you know, why not? Okay, we'll add some rice vinegar. See that or not? There we go. This thing's kind of slow at, and put a couple teaspoons in there. And I'm going to add some soy sauce. This I'm just going to sprinkle in there. It doesn't have soy sauce, it doesn't taste like it's Oriental. I'm going to add a little garlic powder to it, because you always have to add garlic powder. I haven't got any fresh garlic right now. Well, at least I don't think so. Maybe I do up there, but I'm just going to leave it. I'll add some black pepper. And a little bit of sea salt. And I got a little bit of ginger. That's probably about the equivalent of about a teaspoon or so, maybe partial. And let's stir this up a little bit here. Now I'm going to kick this up to about a medium to medium high and let it simmer. I'll put the cover on it. Now these are my mini wontons, which are chicken and vegetable. And then I also got chicken and vegetable steamed dumplings. I might add that as well. But we're going to let this cook for a little bit, just to heat up. Now our broth and veggies have been simmering there for a little while. So I got the whole bag of mini wontons. I'm going to add the whole thing in there. They're all frozen. And so at this time I don't find it necessary to add more broth in there. I think it's going to be pretty good as it is. I've kicked it down to a medium low, and I'll probably knock it down even lower yet. But I want it to simmer there for a while. And I'll probably come back and take a look at it closer to about, well, let's just say another half hour. So until then, we're just going to let her sit and simmer. By the way, I did take a little taste. It tasted pretty good. Well, after only a couple of hours, dinner is all done. And what I've done is I've got my wonton soup. That's probably been on the longest. After it started boiling, I kicked it down to a simmer and let it just sit and stew and heat up. softened up the corn and the vegetables, but yet it didn't break down the wontons. I also added just a cheap package of ramen noodles with the soy sauce base or flavor. That's like a nice little side dish. I know it's got a lot of carbs between the noodles and the wontons, but still rather tasty. And then on the side, I've got some teriyaki sauce. So as I'm eating my soup, I can even take the wontons out and dip them in the sauce, and that'll make a nice, addition or nice little added touch to the meal. Mixing up flavors again, so makes it like a true Chinese meal, and it's not very expensive and very easy to fix.
I hope this recipe is something that you may want to try. And if you like this video, please hit that thumbs up. If you haven't already, please subscribe. And most of all, thanks for watching. And after watching this video, please feel free to make a comment, whether you like it or not, or if you have some suggestions.